This is Quasar number 50. It's got a shiny cover, look at that. It's so shiny because it is a big anniversary issue. It's a 50th issue. We have got Marky Mark Griswold writing, and we have got serviceable art by Alistair Smith. We open up with the Swamp Thing. We got a splash page here of the Swamp Thing. He is the protector of the nexus of real ties, which is like a place in between the fabric of space and time where everything is weird. That is where like eternity and infinity live, and the other big abstract things like that. And Marky Mark, he sets this all up really well. You are told everything you need to know. Here we see a bunch of magic people reacting to something big and cosmic happening. Up top, well, this is Doctor Strange, obviously. This is Zatanna from the Justice League. This is Dr. Doom from the Register. Pretty Woman here, this is Abigail Arcane, the Swamp Thing's girlfriend. This one you might recognise as Magic Moore from the Dark books that I reviewed. And finally, this one here is Talisman from Alpha Strike. The plot of this issue is that Mad Harriet from the Feminist Furries, the New Gods, she is from Apocalypse. Well, she has done stole a magic tattoo off of Quasar's girlfriend here. And this is a plot line that Marky Mark had been building up to for ages. And this is the payoff, and it's really good. The writing, all the writing is great. Normally I would stop and I would read bits out to highlight the stuff that I think is good writing. But so far, I would have just been reading these first 5 pages pretty much word for word. We get told a little bit about Mad Harriet here, about her backstory, and she's given a real personality. She's not just like the standard power-hungry RP. She has so much personality and motivation, it's interesting. So she has got the magic tattoo, and it is infinitely powerful, and she's going to use it to fuck up the universe. Meanwhile, Quasar, he is in hospital with his mum who has got cancer, and that is sad. And then he goes to see his girlfriend, Carly, and he gets told all about Mad Harriet and how she has the magic tattoo. So he decides he has got to go and stop her because he is saviour of the universe. And Mad Harriet, she goes to the Swamp Thing swamp because she's going to go to the nexus of real ties, and she's going to have a fight with her big cosmic powers. But first, she pretty much destroys Swamp Thing really quickly because the magic tattoo is like really, really powerful. And then she goes into the portal, and here you can see her, she is in the nexus of real ties. And it's like trippy and stuff. It's all abstract. And these black things here, they're meant to be like, well actually she describes them right here. Portals to other universes as far as the eye can see. An infinite horizon of horrors. I am at the crossroads to all realities. And then she announces that she is the new ruler of the space and time between the universes. Don't worry, by the way, it's all explained really well in the comic. The Silver Surfman, he recognises that something is amiss in the universe, so he goes to investigate as well. And then we have got loads of like the Guardians from the different realities and the different dimensions. they show up in the Nexus of Realties to investigate what the heck is going on. And we've got loads of little Easter eggs here. Like, look there is Renfamous and Stinky off of that cartoon. And underneath them, well, that's Staryu from DC Comics. And underneath that, look, it's bloomin' Spain. Image Comics Spain. Todd McFarlane. Brilliant genius. Up here, this is Dream of the Endless from Sandman, Nigel Sandman, Daniel Morpheus. I think that might be Conan the Barber there. I think that might be one of the Michael Notes. Aquaye. I think this is Tom Beaver from Thor, from Fairyland. We've got a big bit of green cheese there. That's good. My favourite type of character. I think what Marky Mark does with Mad Harriet is interesting because she isn't just another Phineas or another Karen Gillan. She's kind of more seeing the order of the universe as something that is political. She thinks that, like, eternity and the stuff like that, well, they have reigned over all of life long enough, and everything has followed their rules for far too long, and now there needs to be a change. Like, she's a subversive. Their time, it's over. Someone should take over. Hashtag time's up. Hashtag me too. Hashtag etc. Straight up, you can see the difference between her and someone like Phineas, because here she is diplomatically trying to appeal to all these people who would oppose her, whereas someone like Phineas would just like snap his fingers and wish them away. So Quasar, he arrives at the Swamp Thing swamp, and Abigail Arcane is there, and she's trying to help the Swamp Thing reform. So Quasar, he decides he has to go into the Nexus of Realties to try and stop Mad Harriet, but he has been locked out, he can't get in. And then Yellow Flash shows up. A lot of superheroes are starting to show up at the swamp because, well, they all realise that something big is happening. They all know that something cosmic is going on. I really like this comic, by the way. It's a really good issue. Here we have some more kind of like the political debate with Mad Harriet. Actually, I will read this bit out because it just highlights exactly what I was saying about the whole kind of pseudo-politician type of approach. Up here we have this bloke who I think is Aquaye from the Michael Notes. He asks, if we throw in with you, what do we gain? And Mad Harriet, she replies, your independence, your creative freedom, the right to run your realities however you see fit. Then you go down here. The overseers of the multiverse are robbing you all of your rights. Whatever you do, whatever you create, whatever you enact, it all belongs to them. Then you go here, because that is how comics work. I will change the very system by which this multiverse is run. No more central authority. I will grant you the freedom to make your realities unique, independent, and employee-owned and operated. All those of you who wish to join me in creating a subversive new order, get behind me. The rest of you may cease to exist. So here she is doing a kind of classic Phineas thing where she's just using cosmic powers to annihilate anything straight away. I think this is just really good. I think it's interesting that Marky Mark, he has opted to motivate her and present her like she's running for government or Congress or something. It really helps. It really makes her feel different. All those other characters like Phineas that I've named. I will say, as someone who completely understands how the Marvel Universe and the Multiverse and the Omniverse, how that all functions, her statements here are all hollow. They are all just like sound bites and rhetoric, like pleas and sayings that ultimately she cannot deliver on. She would quickly just break pretty much everything. And, well, fuck it, let's just read on. Then the big players show up, like the big cosmic powers. Here we have got this is the Tribunal, he's effectively the most powerful character in the Marvel canon. Because only really desperate writers like Martin Quaid actually use like the real God, the dad of Jesus, that God. Only people like that use him in their stories. So the Tribunal, he's the second most powerful thing in the universe, but when you take God out of the equation, he is the most powerful. And then we have got Order and Chaos. And these two heads, they're like the embodiment of, well, order and chaos. It's sad to see that Eternity didn't bother showing up, or that Galactus man was busy eating. The Tribunal, he orders Mad Harriet to stop and not bother doing a little cosmic mutiny thing. And she goes, "Of course you would advise me not to do this, for it will disrupt much of reality, causing catastrophic damage to the very fabric of space/time. I am not an idiot, you know. To save the multiverse from the repressive rule of you self-appointed masters of reality, I am willing to sacrifice as much of it as I have to." And I could honestly just read out this old comic for you. It's really good. So Quasar and the other heroes, they put Swamp Thing back together. They mend them so that Quasar, he can go into the Nexus of Real Ties, because Swamp Thing, he can open up a portal to it. And I won't read all this out, but it's good again. We've some more stuff with Mad Harriet. She's debating with the Tribunal. We get a little bit of backstory there on Mad Harriet. And she's like banging on about being a slave to the system. And says that she won't actually go ahead with her plan if Tribunal and the other abstract figures just like step down from the positions, like they retire and they allow others, presumably herself, to take their place and try something different. We deserve more. That would be like her campaign motto, her slogan, like "Make America Great Again." I do really appreciate this idea. Marty Mark, he's coming at a pretty well trodden ground with the whole Villian getting enormous cosmic power and trying to assert themselves and become like the supreme deity, and he's just exploring it with a very different approach. Of course, we still get all this sort of stuff. We still have our big cosmic smackdown where she uses her ill-gotten power to humble and defeat characters she probably shouldn't be able to defeat. Close-up of her lips down there. Very sexy. I would like to kiss them. And both Quasar and Silver Surfman, they gone into the Nexus of Real Ties and they meet. But then they see what's going on. They realise that, well, there's basically now that they can do. If she's holding her own against, like, Tribunal and the concept of order and chaos, well, they are underpowered. There's nothing they can do. They won't stand a chance against her. And this is where the story gets a bit formulaic and disappointing, I suppose. Quasar and Silver Surfman, they do the classic thing of appealing to Mad Harriet's ego and her vanity, and they propose a challenge to determine the fate of the universe. It's kinda hard to explain, actually. Quasar and Silver Surfman, they will fight each other, with one of them representing the tribunal and one Mad Harriet, but they won't actually know which one of them is the champion of Mad Harriet, and whoever wins the fight, well, that decides the course of the universe. Like, let's say Silver Surfman, he is the agent of the tribunal, because that's exactly what happens in a comic. Well, if he wins, the tribunal wins. If Quasar, who is an agent of Mad Harriet, if he wins, well, Mad Harriet wins. So we have a fight between Quasar and Silver Surfman. It shouldn't be this equal, really. Like, I'm a total Quasar fanboy, but I didn't think he is quite at the power class of Silver Surfman. But hey, he is a double splash page. He is a big fight between two cosmic characters. So when they're fighting, well, cause Quasar, he's kind of like the classic underdog. He recognises that every time that he is like blasting the Silver Surfman, or he seems to be winning the fight, well, he notices that chaos is growing while order is shrinking. So he deduces that he is actually fighting on behalf of chaos, i.e. Mad Harriet, and that he's her champion. So he just decides to let the Silver Surfman beat the shit out of him for the good of the universe. And it's over really quickly. Mad Harriet, she refuses to rescind her power to give up a tattoo, and she is quickly destroyed. And then Quasar, he comes back to Earth, and look at all these characters that showed up, all these superheroes. They were expecting like a big crossover event, and they were going to all take part in it, and they were all going to fight, but didn't happen. Only one worth looking at, really, is the beautiful bald lady, Moon Garden. I would read any cosmic crossover story with her in it. And in the end, the story is just kind of tinged with disappointment, because this story was definitely good enough to warrant more than a double-sized issue and now else. Like, this could legitimately have been a big crossover storyline with all these characters getting involved and stuff, and it hurts because in a couple of issues there is a big crossover spinning out of Quasar, and it's not this. But despite that, this issue is brilliant. I love it. This is fantastic. It's got a shiny cover too, so I'm giving this, let us think about it, I'll probably give this one 7 thumbs up.